Let's get accessible. Nursing home residents and community. Understanding community leadership. FCSC 4117-511740. Jordan McKillip, December 2nd, 2020. My vision is to make nursing home residents more accessible to our community and our community more accessible to our nursing home residents. In 5 to 10 years, I hope that we can have this program implemented so that we can expand and involve more people, both in the community and in the nursing home. I hope to make this a positive program that people will be wanting to volunteer for and participate in. The plan. First, I need to meet with the nursing home administration to determine what requirements must be met to make this happen. Next, I will need to meet with nursing home residents to determine if they would be interested in participating in this project. Some will be and some will not be. Then I need to meet with the nursing home resident's family to see if they are interested, as they have to allow it. And then I will need to meet with the town officials, the community event organizers, to see what community activities and events can be utilized for this program. Why? This is a very important project because it would give our residents more opportunity to visit with others. It would give our community more opportunities to spend with our nursing home residents. It would give our community more opportunities to volunteer and be part of a great program. And it would help battle people feeling isolated and lonely, not just in the nursing home, but the volunteers that come in. With COVID right now, they can't have volunteers, so they also are experiencing these things. Power attitude grid. Positive attitude, much power. This would be the nursing home administration, the residents and their families. Most will have a good attitude about this. There will be some negative attitude just because financial obligations and trying to make sure that all the ducks are in a row. So sometimes that can come off as negative at first. Positive attitude, little power, obviously our volunteers to help with the project. And negative attitude, little power. I said possibly some staff just because sometimes there's not a whole lot of extra time to do a lot of extra things. When you have a certain job, you have to get it done. And then when you add programs like this to it, then that's adding more tasks to try to get done in the same amount of time. So that's where the negative attitude can come in from there. Communication and conflict resolution. Communication would take place through the nursing home administration, community organizers, and project manager. It would have a chain of command established to help things stay organized. If conflicts arise, the chain of command would be utilized and a suitable solution would be implemented. Communication through positive attitude, much power group would be the most frequent and detailed. I would make sure to nurture this relationship because it's the big one. Communication through positive attitude, little power would be informative and inclusive. I would invite them to share all their linkages so that we can better network together. Communication through negative attitude and much power. This would be frequent, informative, and inclusive. I would find creative ways to help convince them to have a positive attitude. Just meeting with the people that just are uneasy about it and trying to get them on the same page and hopefully change their mind and be in the positive attitude group. Communication through negative attitude, little power, would be kept informed. I would be sure not to burn any bridges, of course, but I would also know that I can't waste my time trying to convince them otherwise when they are not going to have a lot of effect on the program and they aren't for it. mobilizing. Once the program is approved, I would put an ad in the newspaper to advertise that, hey, this is what's going on. We're going to be doing this volunteer group, and we would like to have you guys come and do some activities. I'd set up a Facebook page. A lot of people now are using Facebook to get the word out, flyers around the community to get community interest, like in the libraries and the grocery stores, all those things. A coalition could be beneficial for this project, but it's not necessarily needed. I guess it would just depend on what group of people we can get together. Volunteers would need to want to be there, obviously. People who are retired, high school students looking for more experience in life, college students needing to fill volunteer credits, really people of any age that want to visit with new people or try new things, do some volunteer work. These are the types of volunteers that we would be looking for this. Volunteers would be required to participate in a volunteer orientation program. I know that the nursing home here has an orientation program for that, because there's like things like HIPAA that you have to sign off on, and you have to do criminal background checks, you have to fill out paperwork for volunteer work. It's a process, but it's for the safety of our residents. They need to be at least 15 years of age or older, also another one of the requirements there. And then ideal volunteers would be happy, outgoing, energetic, enthusiastic, kind, compassionate, patient, caring, loving, accepting, honest, and not easily offended. The residents definitely have some good stories and definitely don't always censor themselves, I guess you could say. Most important lesson I learned, I feel, just the whole process of getting a community project started. It was way more involved than what I had originally anticipated. I was not fully aware of all the different steps and aspects that went along with community projects. I didn't think about all the different stakeholders that were involved and how many different avenues that you could go with each project. And you have to really narrow it down and then find the people that would help make this a successful program. Like I said, I didn't really grasp that there were so many stakeholders. I thought it was on a much smaller scale. I also didn't realize that stakeholders could be people that the project negatively affects or people that are not in favor of what you're trying to do. I just viewed stakeholders as people that could gain something from the project instead of like losing something or having a negative effect on it. So that was what I learned.